Do you support reparations for Black people?
Well, listen, again, we had over 200 years of slavery. We had Jim Crow for almost a century. And so we have got to recognize that and do something about that and give folks a lift up. That's why, for example, I'm proposing the LIFT Act. Give people who are making $100,000 or less as a family a tax credit. The reality also is this: any policy that will benefit Black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit Black people. No. I believe that when any organization delegitimizes Israel, we must stand up and speak out for Israel to be treated equally. And that is why the first resolution I co-sponsored as a United States Senator was to combat anti-Israel bias at the United Nations and reaffirm that the United States seeks a just, secure, and sustainable two-state solution. And as I fight to promote human rights and security, Israel and the Jewish community will always be a priority for me. Israel and the Jewish community will always be a priority for me. Our defense relationship is critical to both nations, which is why I support the United States' commitment to provide Israel with $38 billion in military assistance over the next decade. It is why I support full funding for Israel, including for the Arrow, David Sling, and the Iron Dome missile defense systems, which save lives.
I want to bring the conversation back to the broken criminal justice system that is disproportionately negatively impacting Black and brown people all across this country today. Now, Senator Harris says she's proud of her record as a prosecutor and that she'll be a prosecutor president, but I'm deeply concerned about this record. There are too many examples to cite, but she put over 1,500 people in jail for marijuana violations and then laughed about it when she was asked if she ever smoked marijuana.
Have you ever smoked?
I have.
Okay. Like
And I inhale. I did inhale.
Okay.
It was a long time ago. But yes.
I know you have to go. They say you have to go. I just wanted to
I
ask.
just broke news.
I mean, was it in college? See, I like stuff like that. That's a real honest answer.
Real.
Was it a blunt or joint?
It was a joint.
Hey.
Yeah.
Do you remember the high?
I do.
So if it was legalized all throughout the country and medicinal, would you do it?
Listen,
again?
I think that it gives a lot of people joy, and we need more joy.
We need more joy in this world.
She blocked evidence. She blocked evidence that would have freed an innocent man from death row until the courts forced her to do so. She kept people in prison beyond their sentences to use them as cheap labor for the state of California. And she fought to keep cash bail system in place that impacts poor people in the worst kind of way.
They're going to put you all back in chains.
You got more questions?
You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't Black.
It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact I want something for my community. I would love to see.
Take a look at my record, man. I extended the voting rights 25 years. I have a record that is second to none. The NAACP has endorsed me every time I've run. Come on. Take a look at the record.
She's brave of Israel. This is a time we must come together. Live in unity. Are we not the sons of slaves?
book of Isaiah, chapter 30 and verse 7. For the Egyptians shall help in vain, and to no purpose. Therefore have I cried concerning this. Their strength is to sit still. First and foremost, before I get started with this lesson, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and rule well. Peace and blessings unto the hopeful elect, pushing his word throughout the four corners of the earth in truth, righteousness, and sincerity. To you I say Shalom. This is your brother Yeshaya coming at you again through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yahawashi. And the title of this lesson will be, You Want These People to Lead You? And that poses a question. You know, do you want these people to lead you? Right? And I'm talking to you Jakes. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Right? Those of y'all who make up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel. Right? Because we see what's going on. Man, Jake is still falling for the okie doke. Jake is still out here, you know, thinking that they're Americans, that they're equal with Esau, that their vote counts. You know, all these things that serves you, that doesn't profit you, doesn't benefit you at all. We see it time and time and time and time again. Jake goes to the voting polls trying to put in their favorite candidate, right? Vote for their favorite candidate is running, and it always ends up the same thing, in disappointment. Because these people, they're not for you, Jake. They're not for you at all. You got to understand that. And plus the scriptures, as I'm going to go into, you know, tells you, because the laws were given unto us. The laws, statutes, and commandments were given unto us, the Israelites. Again, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, right? But the scriptures tells us not to go out there and be setting other people, other nations over us. But this is the book of Deuteronomy 17 and verse 15. It says, Thou shalt in any wise, as a matter of fact, Salakia, I'm going to start at verse 14. It says, When thou art come unto the land which Yahweh thy power giveth thee, and shalt possess it, and shalt dwell therein, and shalt say, I will set a king over me, like as all the nations that are about me. Thou shalt say in any wise, Salakia, thou shalt in any wise set him king over thee, whom Yahweh thy power shall choose. One from among thy brethren shalt thou set king over thee. Thou mayest not set a stranger over thee, which is not thy brother. You see? And, you know, we see a lot of things, right? Especially whenever Barack Obama was running for office. You know, come to find out the dude was a Hamite. Now, this thing with Kamala Harris, you know, Jake is over here lining up to vote for her. It'd be mainly, you know, these women, you know, female Jakes, you know, they be out here, you know, doing these fundraisers, you know, and pretty much just getting involved, trying to, you know, do what they can to try to put this person up as president, right? But hey, she's not even your people. If I'm not mistaken, she's an Elamite. Right? So, again, and you saw the clips. I put them in the beginning. Right? Here it is. She mentioned slavery. She mentioned Jim Crow. She said, what? 2 centuries of slavery and a century of Jim Crow. Right? And she mentioned some other things. She started going into a little rant. So I cut it. And I put the point, what she said after all that. She ended up saying that these people need to lift up, right? Need to be lifted up. So, what does she propose? A tax credit, right? And then at the end, she says she's not going to do anything that's only going to benefit, you know, so-called black people, right? The laws that she imposed will benefit everybody, right? Just going to show you that, hey, she really doesn't even care. Like, all she's doing this for is to get y'all's vote, man. And I mean, this was back a couple years ago, but Even now, she ain't gonna do nothing for you. Right? You saw the next clip, that was there. She was at APAC or something like that. And she pretty much said out of her mouth that, hey, Israel is her priority. Them small hats over there, that's her priority. When it comes to the anti-Shem, when it comes to civil rights, right? She ain't for you so-called black people. She works for these Hamites, not Hamites, Salakia, for these small hats. Right? And again, you saw the rest of the clips, what she did, going into her record, how she imprisoned like 1,400 Jakes and kept them in prison for a longer sentence. She made all based off of the laws that she implemented against marijuana. And then she smoked marijuana herself. She even admitted to it. These damn Democrats, right? They like to pretend. They like to, be right there beside, Jake. But really, they ain't for you, man. They're out to deceive you. They're out to lay snares upon you, man. They don't give a shit about y'all. So anyway, we done got that right in Deuteronomy, right? You should not set any of the other nations above you, right? And that's what you see Jake doing. Y'all setting people that's not of your people over you. The whole voting system is rigged. They're not gonna allow you Jakes to get up in power. Maybe a senator, maybe somewhat in a high position, but they ain't really gonna give you true power because they know you're gonna take over. They learned that from the first time, from the Roman Empire. What happened at the last end? Once Nerva got into power, that was it. That was it for Esau. It was nothing but Jake after that. And Esau knows this. So now that they're not allowing y'all to come up, man. There will never be no Jake in America that's gonna be a president, right? So now, let's go to Lamentations, chapter 2. I'm gonna start at verse 14, and it reads, "Thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee." Now, these is going into the leadership, right? The leadership of you Jakes, you so-called black people, Hispanic people, Native American people. Your leaders have seen vain and foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thine iniquity, meaning they don't tell you what's the true source of the problem. They don't point out y'all doing wrong, y'all going off, y'all ain't taking heed to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, right? Which the true prophets are doing, right? It says, and they have not discovered thine iniquity to turn away thy captivity. You see, because our captivity and the reasons why we are in captivity is closely related to our transgressions against the Lord. It's tied into the reason why we're in captivity. The reason why we're in this condition, that we're in this hellish condition, is because of our transgressions to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua. Right? Real quick, I want to get Daniel 9 and verse 11. It says, "Yea, all Israel have transgressed thy laws, even by departing, that they might not obey thy voice. Therefore the curse is poured upon us, and the oath that is written in the law of Moses, the servant of the Most High, because we have sinned against him." So everything that's written in the law of Moses, right? Deuteronomy 28 and 68. What does that say? That we will be taken into ships again, into Egypt. Not Egypt, the land of Egypt. This is talking about a spiritual Egypt, right? Egypt, mainly going into bondage, right? We will be brought back into bondage again with ships, right? And that's exactly what happened to our people. Check the history. It's secular history. right? So going back, Lamentations 2 and verse 14, it says, thy prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thine iniquity, to turn away thy captivity, right? Again, we just don't went into that. The reason why we're in captivity is because of our transgressions, right? But it says, but have seen for thee false burdens and causes of banishment, right? So they're telling you, they're pointing the finger some other direction. They're not pointing at the true cause of your of the reason why you're in this position. They're pointing at, oh, it's because of the leadership, it's because of the president who's in power. You know, we got to vote in these senators, we got to get these representatives up in there in the office, we got to vote for this president. That's the reason why we're in this condition, is because we don't got the right representation up in the White House. Nah, man, that's not it. It's because of your transgressions is the reason why you're living like this, and why it's never going to change unless you turn back to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. Right? Now we know a change is coming. Yahweh Shah is coming, which through him that change is going to be brought, right? Where Esau is going to be taken down and we're going to be set up top, right? And that's what we're waiting for. And that's what we're telling our people. Your hope doesn't lie within these politicians. Your hope lies within Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All right? So let me continue on. Lamentation 2 and 15. It says, all that pass by clap their hands at thee. They hiss and wag their head at the daughter of Jerusalem, saying, is this the city that men call the perfection of beauty, the joy of the whole earth? You see? And that's how low our people have gotten, man. Our people have gotten so low that these other nations, as through as they are, they shake their hand at it. I mean, they wag their head. People, they're shaking their head at us. They're like, damn, these people are through. Shit, they look at us as a laughing stock. They mock us. Call us proverbs and bywords, man. That's all linked directly to the curses. Right? It says, verse 16, all thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth. They say, we have swallowed her up. Certainly, this is the day that we look for. We have found, we have seen it. You see, that's the purpose of these nations. The Most High sent them against you. The Most High, scriptures say that he has created the wicked for the day of vengeance, roughly paraphrasing. You see, so these heathen, they're not for you. They're out to destroy you. The Most High has turned their hearts up against you. They ain't for you, man. They're never going to be for you. Jake wants to be friends with these heathen so badly that the scriptures say, how's it go? Why does thou trim thy ways to seek love? Roughly paraphrasing. Right? That's why you see some of our people, within the circumcision, some of these other camps, pretty much trimming the gospel. Including the Edomites in it. These other nations in it. This ain't for them, man. Jake always wants to, bring in the white man, the so-called white man, the devil. Shit crazy, man. Why don't you seek the Lord? But anyway, let me get another one. Let me get Lamentations 4 and 17. It says, as for our eyes, as yet fail, Salakia, as for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain hope, or for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. You see? Now let me get this in the NLT. Just real quick. This is Lamentations chapter 4 and verse 17 in the NLT. And it reads, "We have looked in vain for our allies to come and save us, but we were looking to nations that could not help us." Right. These nations ain't going to help you, Jake. You're over here trying to defend them, trying to help them, receive salvation and whatnot. But they ain't coming for you. They ain't going to stand beside you. They ain't looking to better you. Want to tell you the truth. Want to tell you that you are the true Israelites that the Bible speaks of. They ain't telling you that. They ain't telling you that you are the children of the Most High. That the law, statutes, and commandments is for you. The scriptures is only for you. Salvation is only for you. They ain't telling you all this. Because they're your enemy. They want to keep you away from the Most High. They put that divide between you and the Most High. And they want to keep it there. Right? The scriptures say, how's it go? Salakia. Damn, I can't remember how it went. Let me get another one though. Let's get Psalms 55 and verse 21. It says his words are as smooth as butter. Right, when Esau comes up, he comes with that that vernacular, right, and chanting Jake. Shalom. Salakia, I had a interruption, but I'm gonna pick it off where I left. This is the book of Psalms 55 and verse 21. It says, "The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords." Right. So like I was saying, Jake gets so caught up with the way Esau speaks, his vernacular, right? His the fact that he speaks good things, good words about y'all. Talks about how he's gonna improve the black community, how he's gonna improve this, do that. Speaking like he's for you, right? That's him. His words being smoother than butter. But what does it say? But war was in his heart, right? Meaning the whole time he's just trying to figure out a way to make you docile in order for him to come with the okie doke, come and stab you in the back, which is exactly what he's going to do. Right? The scriptures talk about this. The scriptures mention this. Right? These things is going to happen, especially now we're approaching the end. We're getting closer and closer to the end. We're starting to see that, hey, this man is starting to lose his patience. Right? You hear the things that's going on over there in Davos, right? The many what they call them, summits that they do. They're trying to come up with the NWO or Great Reset. This is all these are all efforts on trying to keep you submitted, keep you in a state of separation between you and the Most High. Right? And soon all he wants to do is just do away with you, Jakes. That's really what he wants to do. Right? And that's what the NWO or that Great Reset, right, is his pretty much Esau's agenda. That's what it's all about. It doesn't include you, Jakes, man. It's about him. And all these people that are pushed in the forefront to be y'all's leaders and asking for y'all support, they back up these elites' plans, their agendas. They push their agendas. They forward their agendas. Right? They don't care about the poor. They don't care about the needy. The scriptures talk about that. Let me get that. This is in Proverbs. Proverbs 29. And verse 7, it reads, "The righteous considereth the cause of the poor, but the wicked regardeth not to know it." You see, Esau, they don't give a shit about the poor, man. They don't give a shit about you, Jakes. Right? Who are the poor right now? The Jake. Right? It says the wicked regardeth not to know it. They don't give a shit. They don't care. They couldn't care less. Right? That's what they want you. They want you to be poor. They want you to keep struggling, keep paying for taxes. They want you to be more worried about what you're gonna put on the table, what you're gonna do for work, baby mama drama, and all these other problems that our people go through, instead of you focusing on the Lord. You see? So now, when you go back, what was it? Salakia. Had it in my mind. I forgot about it. Oh yeah, when you go back to Lamentations, the 2nd chapter, right? Lamentations, the 2nd chapter, and verse 14. I'm gonna go back to it real quick. It says that prophets have seen vain and foolish things for thee, and they have not discovered thine iniquity to turn away thy captivity, meaning telling you the true reason why you're in this condition. It says, but have seen for thee false burdens and causes of banishment. Right? So they're pointing in the wrong direction, right? They're telling you the problem is over here when really, it's within you. But now, going back, which is why you have certain groups like the Black Boule, right? Which is they're just gatekeepers for the elite, for the higher ups, and their job is to control the masses of you jakes and sway your opinion and your thought process into leaning more towards the Edomite thought process. Again, they want to separate you from your power, right? That's why all you see in black entertainment, Hispanic entertainment is nothing but folly, man. Nothing but bullshit and wickedness. That's all that's promoted. That's all that's purported throughout all that shit, man. Is nonsense, man. Shit that is not going to benefit you. Because if they really wanted to help you out, why not tell you the truth, right? Which is what the prophets are here to do, the true men of the Lord, to give you the truth. Because we're out here with sincerity, Salakia. We're out here with sincerity, and we're out here to wake up the elect of our nation. Because that's who this is for. Only for the elect. It ain't for 2/3. 2/3 is caught up in this bullshit, going out voting, trying to make a change, so-called. There ain't gonna be no change. But you all here marching and voting, doing all these civil rights works or whatever. The true change is going to come when Yahweh Shai comes. And he's going to come and bring war and destruction to destroy and eliminate anything that opposes his rule. Then and only then will peace be instilled on the earth and justice. Right? They like to say, Jay likes to go out and preach no justice, no peace. You over here asking for justice and peace from the goddamn devil, man. What kind of backward ass shit is this? Why not seek the Lord, the one that's truly going to bring peace? But anyway, now let's go back to Psalms. Psalms 55 and verse 21. It reads, the words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. Again, I just mentioned that, right? How they're going to start coming down upon y'all jakes here soon. Because it's going to come down, it's going to come to a head to where Esau's going to have to make that decision of fighting against the Lord, and trying to continue to forward his kingdom and prolong his kingdom, right? But the scriptures already said that he has bounds that he cannot pass, and that includes a time limit on his kingdom. That time limit is we're seeing it start drawing to an end, right? And we see it through his system, the way his economy is collapsing, the infrastructure around him is collapsing, everything is failing. The enchantments, his sorcery is weakening. We're seeing that Esau can't, enchant Jake the way he used to, back then. Now, of course, the elect will always snap out of that enchantment, right? Jake that's caught up in the world, that's enchanted by America and Esau's, American dream and all this bullshit. They're going to snap out of that, right? Once they hear the word, right? So just all, going back to the point that this is only for the elect. 2/3 are going to do what they do. They're going to continue with that 2/3 behavior, 2/3 mindset, right? And all those works and all that, shit that they done, they're going to have to take account of that. They're going to pay for everything that they've done. Right? Now let me get another one. Let's get just go and touch him back on this devil. Right? Let's get Ecclesiasticus. Salakia. Ecclesiasticus. I believe it's 14, if I'm not mistaken. Because this man, like I say, he doesn't give a shit about y'all Jakes. Oh, right here. Ecclesiasticus 14 and verse 7, it says, if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. So, hey, you gotta understand, Jake, this man would never do anything to benefit you, man. And I'm not saying, I'm not talking about just Joe Biden. I'm talking about all these devils, Kamala Harris included, because she's forwarding their plan. What did Barack Obama do for you? None. Because they're all part of this. They're all together. They're all one. Right? The scriptures say, as a matter of fact, let's get that. It's in let me see. Let me get it real quick. It's in Revelation. Right here, Revelation 13 and 11. It reads, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb. Those 2 horns. Now again, this beast is talking about America, right? Or as a matter of fact, Salakia, the America, right? It says, and they had 2 horns like a lamb. Those 2 horns, again, it's talking about the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. Now you had two groups as well in the Roman Empire. You had the patricians and you had the plebeians, right? But they were all one. The same thing with the Democrats and the Republicans. They had 2 horns, but they're all part. They're all what do they say? The saying in the world, the 2 faces of the same 2 faces of the same coin. Right? And it says, and spake as a dragon. Meaning, he's going to start forcing or implementing those draconian laws, draconian measures. Right? When you go into draconian, right? That word draconian, it goes back to this one guy named Draco in Athens, who imposed very heavy laws. Pretty much like, just an example, like if you stole, they will cut off your hand. Right? If you vandalize something, right? They'll cut off your arm or cut off your leg or whatever. Pretty much extreme measures of punishment. That's what's coming. Those laws, they're coming. It's gonna come to a point where Esau is gonna start implementing shit on anti-Semitism, things on free speech, to limit free speech, things on shit when the MOTB comes out. If you ain't take it, you're gonna be beheaded. Those are draconian measures. right? So now let me go back. What was that? Okay, I done got that. Let's get, oh yeah, Sirach. Let me read this again. Sirach chapter 14 and verse 7, it says, and if he doeth good, he doeth it unwillingly. Right? So if any good comes out of his laws or what this man does, he doesn't do it on purpose. You know, every single thing that he implements, that he does, it's all for the demise of you Jakes. It's all for destruction, for death, to benefit him only. It's not for all people and all mankind. Every time he says that, he's trying to win the hearts of the people. Right? He's trying to get the backing. Right? But it says, and at the last he will declare his wickedness. Meaning at the end it's going to be revealed that this man's a devil. Right? And just to back, that point up, let's get what was it? Psalms 62. We're going to start at verse 4. It says, they only consult to cast him down from his excellency. You see, they only consult to cast you down, Jake. To bring you down, to steer you away from the truth, to steer you away from the greatness that you could be, that you can achieve through the Lord, through Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Right? It says they delight in lies. That's all they do is tell you lies, man. It says they bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. That's right. Meaning they'll try to pretend to help you out. Well, we got to help out the poor. We got to help out the needy. Right? But really, like I said, it's all a snare. It's all to keep, like a lot of that shit is to get you comfortable, to keep you reliant upon the system, keep you reliant upon him. So then when he takes it away, he's got you. Right? So now, let's go to Psalms 64. And I'm going to start at verse 2. It says, Salakia. It says, hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity, who whet their tongue like a sword, and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect, meaning the elect, right? Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not, right? Because these people have a lot of pride, man. And soon we're going to start seeing them, implementing more and more restrictions, and eventually to the point where they're going to start just coming down upon the elect, those that fear the Lord. Right? Verse 5, it says, they encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of lying snares privily. Right? They say, who shall see them? Right? It says, who shall see them? Like, who's going to see what we done? Who's going to fall? I mean, who's going to see this snare, right? That we put out for them. The scriptures say that we are not ignorant of Satan's devices. So us in the truth, we know. We know how this man gets down. We understand that we see those snares from a mile away. 2/3 of Jake, who ain't watching, who ain't paying attention, who ain't circumspect or prudent, they're going to fall right into those traps. But also, this can also go into the fact that, these top elite, they feel like they can get away with everything, that the Most High ain't watching them. Right? They're constantly plotting and planning on how to take you Jakes down. Through the food, through the air, through the water, through through television, through social media. Everything is designed to destroy you. Esau has weaponized everything. Philosophies, even the scriptures. He weaponized that. That's why you got, Jake all bugged out up in the Christian church, the Catholic Church, not knowing a damn thing in the scriptures, right? But this is what the wicked do, man. They all they do is set snares. They're out to get you, Jakes. Y'all are prey to them. All right. This man hasn't changed. This man's been the same nigga since slave time, since slavery, since shit from the garden. He's that serpent in the garden. He's that same person. Let's get this. Jeremiah 13 and verse 23. It reads, Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that is accustomed to do evil. Right? So this man has not changed, and he's not gonna change. He's still the same devil, man. He hates you. He hates your guts, man. And you saw at the end of that clip that I put up, you know, you had LBJ, ex-president LBJ, you know, say that he would, that through him, or he's gonna make you so-called black people vote Democratic for the next 200 years. Because he knows that all he has to do is you know, give you that soft oil voice, and y'all gonna fall for it. Jake has been brainwashed for so many years to believe that Esau has changed. He's a good man now, and y'all took the bait. This is why the truth is of monumental importance, man. Right? It's imperative. We see how our people conduct themselves when they don't have the truth. They're lost, man. They're like lost sheep. They don't know where to turn. They don't know where to go. But through Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua, we know where we're going. We know where we stand in this thing. We know our purpose. Right? And we have hope. Which is what we see 2/3 they don't have. They have a false sense of hope. We have true hope, though. Right? But anyway, that was pretty much it for this lesson. I'm going to go ahead and close it out by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushai, Bahashim, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth and rule well. Peace and blessings unto the hopeful elect pushing his word throughout the four corners of the earth in truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Until the next time, I'm going to say, Shalom. Kwame Asher Allah.